So guys, this is Omoyele Showore's Facebook handle, and here it writes just 41 minutes ago. Say someone sent me these apparently from an insider within the regime. Plans concluded to jail Showore at all cost. Info in to find a way to leave the country. And went further to say an individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Martin Luther King Jr. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Now, when you look closely at this, I once said this before. I said what these people are concerned about is how they can find a way of making sure that Sowore is out of Nigeria, just like Nnamdi Kanu. And the next thing they would do is to proscribe certain things around him as a terrorist group or some other, whatever it is they might want to come up with. And afterwards, they will find a way to make sure that Omoyele Sowore cannot return back to Nigeria so that they can continue in their evil reign. I've seen these, I've forecasted this before. It's like a prediction. I said, these people have a pattern. Once they realize that they cannot do more than what they are doing, if they cannot kill the person one way or the other, maybe by creating a kind of confusion around the person and eventually finding a way to kill the person, what they do next is to find a form of commotion. They find a kind of commotion around that person, and that person automatically, as a human that understands how things work and knows that it is either you escape for yourself first and plan later. So that is what they will eventually do. Just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the way they came up with him, running away from Nigeria, running away from this administration that were hell bent on killing him. That is the same way they are going to go about this. And it's a very terrible situation here. If this is the plan of this regime, I thought they claimed that they are going to uphold the rule of law. But what we are saying right now is that they are trying at all means, to make sure that they imprison him. And since they know that that might be a little bit difficult, they know that this might not necessarily work. So what they're trying to do is to create confusion around him, create a kind of scenario where he will have to escape for his life. Recently, on Sunday, someone came in to his house and they claimed that this person is a man that has some mental issues, and this person decided to attack the one of the activists that was there living with Omoyele Sowore. Unfortunately, Omoyele Sowore was not attacked as he was staying in a different room in the house that he has to be in, his temporary abode where he has to stay for the main time. This is a very terrible thing. So we don't know. They might come up and say someone decided to attack Omoyele Sowore, injure him, try to kill him, and they eventually come up with some stories and say, you know what, Omoyele Sowore he escaped, he has some bail and that he could not come up, that he couldn't, that he has some certain court proceedings that he needs to attend, and now he has escaped, he's no longer here any longer, and that is their plan, that's their purpose. So it's a very difficult time. We all need to lend our voice to this struggle and not just keep silent and keep quiet about all of this. We all have to speak and raise our voice loud about these terrible activities that is ongoing right now. Let us quickly look at some few comments. Let's see reactions of people on this same Omoyele Sowore saying that he got a message from an insider in this regime that said, Omoyele Sowore, there is a plan. Either they assassinate him, send him to jail, or somehow find a way. Find a way. That is the point. Find a way for him to escape out of Nigeria somehow, because that is just what it is. It's like a reaction to a kind of action. When someone tries to kill you, the next thing you want to do is you want to escape for your life, because you have to be alive to be able to fight such people such as this. So let's see what people are saying as regards this. Here someone say, the plan of evildoers on you will fail by his will. Now, these are people speaking, in a kind of religious kind of comment. And I want to salute your courage and selflessness. You are what they cannot be. Patriot. And I want to say it's a setup. You will be so unwise to follow such unintelligent advice. Egbon, beware. Don't allow these sycophants to make you a fugitive. You have a great future not only in our state of Ondo, but Nigeria as a whole. Listen to the voice of reason. And that is just what it is. Like I said before, I said these people have a pattern, and the pattern is that they find a way to assassinate you somehow, and if they cannot succeed in assassinating you, they go further by looking for a way to create some scenarios, some kind of issues around you, so that you can run for your life. And afterwards, they say you are a fugitive. That is what they will say. They will put you as a fugitive. Now, another thing, they will never come, because you are a son of God that has been anointed and ordained to lead this country to liberation. Evil plotters will die fast ASAP. Let's go further and see some other comment. Yes, someone said truth and justice shall prevail. The revolution has started already. They are just not aware. Now, I will say, so for Africa, maybe when you bypass their level of ruggedness, ECOWAS should deserve your service. And I will say, can you imagine this again? What can we do now as immediately, please, as plain as the plan came out plain, your own way, God will favor you, Sowore. So that's just it. So I don't say Buharis are behaving as if they will be there forever. Just pity his family, Abacha and Co. So this is purely a sign that, now someone here is saying this guy shall want trend by force. Like, you mean what, the government to jail you? So when you look at these statements from some groups of people, it shows you that many of them, either they are just there as a kind of bot, or maybe they are just who they want to be. Some of these people are still people that, they are going through hardship and issues, yet when they speak, you realize that they have nothing else to say. He said he's looking for public attention. And I want to say, another blockbuster written and produced by Showboy, directed by Deji Adeyanju. Now, this is someone else saying, an unknown man still selling fast. Grab your copy now. That is about the guy that came into the house to attack, and now he said he got this. That's the problem. Until someone is dead, Nigerians do not act. They do not, because they barely want to be proactive. And I'm talking about a typical Nigerian. They are not proactive at all. Their government is not proactive at all. They only react in a very slow manner, and even at that, they begin to blame people. Now, someone said, please just search every nook and cranny of the house and the environment which you live in, abode in Abuja. I had the premonition that DSS is still planning something evil, and those who broke into your apartment were merely sent by the cabals. Now, we see all of these things. We see reactions, even from youth, young people that are in that same contraption called Nigeria, and their response, their thoughts about what is really happening to Omoyele Sowore. What a shame. Many of them will not come out to lend their voice. They will not come out to support the struggle, either by being part of it physically. And yet, intellectually, they will do nothing else than to come and speak and saying, oh, you are just trying to trend and all of that. So guys, what is your own personal opinion as regards this new development? Unknown man came into the house, broke the properties, and dragged attacked the people that confronted him, and later people are claiming that he's a mad person, is this and that. How did he get into the compound? I think Omoyele Sowore should be more proactive now. He should secure every nook and cranny of that place, and do not just live and believe like there's nothing they can do. These people, they will do just anything to make sure that they protect their own personal interests. So Omoyele Sowore, if you're listening there, make sure that you protect your perimeter. At least you can do your own little bit of security. And there, CCTVs can be installed, and all of these things can be made available so that you can have yourself secured, since they've kept you in that particular place and they don't want you to leave Abuja. And Abuja has never been where you live. If they had said, go back to Ondo State, don't leave Ondo State, it's a different thing. At least you are in your home, you are amongst your people. But they decide to keep him in Abuja so that they can continue to plan evil. They are terrible, endemic, inimical activities. They are trying to come up with some stuff. And I know that finally what they are trying to achieve is to make sure that Omoyele Sowore becomes a fugitive, someone that cannot step his foot into Nigeria, so that they will say, oh, he has committed treasonable felony, he has jumped bail, and now they will not come up with the stories of how they tried to kill him and he had to escape for his life. So that is what they are going to come up with, so that it will not step his feet in Nigeria, so they can secure their 2023, continue oppressing the people, and some fools out there, some very brainwashed people out there will be all out to support and embrace tyranny, embrace a regime, embrace administration. I'm not just talking of this, even previous administration that are all bent in destroying the lives and properties of the people. So guys, that's what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.